So I have been silent for years and made every effort to keep these matters private. Unfortunately, my parents leave me with no choice but to speak for myself. My mum hijacked my first dance with my wife in front of our 500 wedding guests. I'm not talking about Chez Dog in Mexico.
No, you need to tell the people what you're talking about. I mean, as eloquent as that is, I don't think it was written by you.
I'm talking about Brooklyn Beckham. So Mark Anthony, right?
How did he come into this?
He called Brooklyn up at the
grave?
wedding, right? Yes. Yes, the Roman...
Centuries ago.
Yeah, the Roman military expert. Called me to the stage for a romantic dance with my wife. This is what Brooklyn says overnight. But instead, he says, my mum was waiting to dance with me. She danced very inappropriately on me.
Oh.
In front of everyone. I mean, maybe this does happen to everyone. I've never felt more uncomfortable or humiliated in my entire life.
Oh,
and that is just a tiny portion from Brooklyn Beckham's bombshell statement on Instagram that we saw released this morning.
We were all pouring over because it was like this.
Poor Jane was listening to that going,
oh my
God, what's coming off his chest?
What's he up to now?
Well, I know Jenny, but I didn't think she would have done that.
No, probably not.
By the way, Mum is a good dancer.
Yeah, I'm sure
she is.
Close.
Look, maybe Victoria had just had a couple of shardies. But anyway, let's dive into this a little bit more and bring in entertainment reporter Shagun Oduolowu in Hollywood. Because, Shagun, I'm sure, like us, you have been absolutely floored by these statements released this morning by Brooklyn.
Oh, absolutely, Sarah. I have been glued to my phone wondering what Brooklyn Beckham was going to say next. In fact, he's actually the second most famous Brooklyn in America besides the town in New York and Brooklyn Decker, the model. No one's been thinking about Brooklyn Beckham for some time, but what we see here is an airing out of dirty laundry from his celebrity parents, David Beckham and Victoria Beckham, or otherwise known as Posh Spice. And if you follow the timeline, you see missed birthday parties when Victoria turned 50. Brooklyn and Nicola, his wife, were not there when David turned 50. Brooklyn and Nicola were not there when David was knighted. They were not there. Christmas photos, he is absent. He's claiming that he's estranged from his other siblings. And to be fair, his parents are arguably some of the most famous celebrities in the last 50 years. They made a movie about the way David Beckham kicks a soccer ball, and the Spice Girls were everywhere. So I think this is a little sour grapes. I mean, no one is taking it on the chin, maybe more than Florian, the bartender in the last segment, than the Beckhams right now, because this is a bombshell and they've been blindsided. In the press and on social media, the parents have said nothing but positive messages about Brooklyn. Brooklyn taking a swipe at them like this just seems out of left field.
Look,
It's crazy.
Look, you can't even keep a straight face. You can't.
I think it's shocking for the parents. I do. And so they have, I mean, whatever, their brand Beckham is and however they keep that, I mean, he's grown up in that.
Exactly.
He's bought it for a long time and now he's married someone who's richer and so he doesn't give it a toss. But at the end of the day...
He's famous because of who they are.
You're right.
And that's the real crux of it. We would not care an inkling about what Brooklyn Beckham was talking about if his parents weren't David Beckham and Victoria Spice.
Exactly.
They are so well known. There's this old adage, people that ask questions in private are looking for answers. People that ask questions in public are looking for an audience. And when you go to social media and say, respect my privacy, that is asinine, right? Like, who goes to a social... Like, who does that? So he's working through a lot of stuff, as a lot of, younger generation, Gen Z are. They go to social media to discuss their feelings. And I think his celebrity parents are handling this the best way. They themselves have lived with this for a long time. They know how to maneuver the paparazzi, social media, and the press. I don't think you're going to get much commentary from them other than we wish the best for our son, Brooklyn, and his wife, Nicola.
Well, there's been no response from them at all yet. And he said in one of those posts as well that there's no hope of reconciliation with his folks too. So it seems as though this is the end of the road.
I want to know one thing, Shagun.
Yeah.
You know when you talk about inappropriate dancing. You know, you
Where's
dance,
the line?
you dance with your mum at a wedding. You know, what constitutes inappropriate dancing, do you think?
Well, that looks appropriate. Just with her
So,
husband.
to be fair, the rumor is that Mark Anthony at this dance called out and said the most beautiful woman in the room and called out Victoria instead of Nicola at her own wedding. So that's where the drama is. Okay, for the Australian audience, when they got married, the rumor is Mark Anthony said, and now the most beautiful woman in the room, and said Victoria. And Nicola allegedly ran from the room in tears, later came back, composed herself. So the dancing inappropriately might be, you're not the prettiest lady at your own wedding. Again, sour grapes, if you believe it all. I don't think a mom is going to dance inappropriately with her son at the wedding. That seems
Such
a
a
little
high
bit too much.
profile wedding as well.
Look, this
right?
is why I go to every wedding I'm invited to. Because stuff goes
You never know
down.
what's going to happen.
Always drama.
So
Thank you, mate.
entertaining.
Oh, it's going to entertain us for weeks, this
Thanks,
one.
Shagun.